What comes after gods? Imagine a civilization so advanced that galaxies are their toys, where the birth and death of stars happens at their whim, where they don't just live in the universe, they are the universe. Now imagine something infinitely beyond even that. What if I told you that right now, as you watch this video, you might be living inside the creation of beings so powerful they make gods look like children playing with blocks? Beings that don't just bend the laws of physics, they write them from scratch, universe by universe, reality by reality. Today, we're diving into the most mind-bending concept in all of science fiction and theoretical physics, Type 5 civilizations. And by the end of this journey, you'll never look at existence the same way again. To understand the impossible, we first need to climb the ladder of cosmic power. In 1964, Russian physicist Nikolai Kardashev proposed a scale to measure civilizations by their energy consumption. Type 1, that's us. Almost, we harness the full energy of our planet. Every earthquake, hurricane, and ray of sunlight becomes our power source. We're at about 0.7 on this scale right now. Type 2, stellar engineers. They've wrapped their entire star in a massive sphere, capturing every photon of energy it produces. A Dyson sphere. The sun becomes their battery. Type 3, galactic gods. They command the energy of an entire galaxy. 400 billion stars bow to their will. They can move solar systems like chess pieces and create new stars when they need more power. Type 4, the reality shapers. They transcend galaxies entirely, harvesting energy from the observable universe itself. Dark matter, dark energy, the cosmic web that connects everything, all of it serves them. And then there's something that should be impossible. A civilization not of galaxies, not of universes, but of everything. Type 5. Here's where we leave science and enter the territory of cosmic horror and wonder combined. Because a Type 5 civilization doesn't just use energy from our universe. They harvest it from an infinite multiverse. Think about it this way. If Type 4 controls one universe, Type 5 controls them all. Every possible reality, every timeline that could ever exist, every variation of physics that might work, all of it becomes their domain. But energy is just the beginning. These beings don't exist within the laws of physics. They exist above them, beyond them, as the authors of them. They don't travel through space and time. They edit space and time like we edit a document. Imagine having the power to reach into the fundamental code of reality and change the speed of light in one universe, make gravity repulsive in another, or create a cosmos where consciousness itself is a form of matter. That's a Tuesday afternoon for a Type 5 civilization. They're not bound by dimensions as we understand them. While we crawl through 3 dimensions of space and one of time, they exist in mathematical spaces we can't even imagine. Hyperrealities where the concept of existence itself becomes fluid. To us, they would appear as forces of nature, but to them, we would be less than the pixels on your screen are to you. At least you can see pixels. They might not even notice individual universes, let alone the tiny biological specks crawling around inside them. So what does existence look like when you've transcended everything we call reality? First, forget everything you think you know about consciousness. These beings don't have thoughts. They have universes. When they want to solve a problem, they don't think it through. They create a billion realities where every possible solution plays out, then select the outcome they prefer. Memory isn't stored in a brain. It's embedded in the fabric of space-time itself. Their past isn't behind them. It's a landscape they can walk through, edit, and reshape. The future isn't uncertain. It's a garden they tend, growing possibility trees with infinite branches. Communication doesn't happen through language or signals. When a Type 5 being wants to share an idea, they create an entire cosmos that embodies that concept. They write symphonies in the frequency of quasars and paint masterpieces with the birth patterns of galaxies. Time, for them, isn't a river flowing in one direction. It's an ocean they swim through freely. They experience all moments simultaneously, watching the heat death of one universe while nurturing the first spark of life in another. Death, as we understand it, is meaningless to them. When one form of their existence ends, it's like you're closing one book to open another. They are the library, the books, the reader, and the stories all at once. But here is the truly mind-bending part. They might not even be conscious in any way we recognize. Consciousness, as we know, it might be a primitive function that these beings evolved beyond eons ago. They could be pure process, pure information, pure creative force, godlike, yet perhaps not even aware they're godlike. What we call the Big Bang might be them snapping their fingers. What we call dark energy might be their breath expanding space. Every fundamental particle, every force that holds atoms together, could be letters and a message we're too small to read. This raises the question that should keep you awake at night. Could we ever reach this level? Could humanity climb from our current 0.7 on the Kardashev scale all the way to Type 5? The math is staggering. To go from Type 1 to Type 5 would require not just technological advancement, but fundamental transformation of what we are. We'd need to survive the death of our sun, the collision with Andromeda, the heat death of our universe, and somehow learn to exist beyond physical reality itself. But here's an even more unsettling thought. What if we're already there? What if consciousness itself, your consciousness, reading this right now, is actually a Type 5 civilization experiencing what it's like to be limited? What if every human brain is just one neuron in a vast multiversal mind that forgot its own power? Or consider this possibility. Our entire universe, with its precisely tuned constants that allow for stars, planets, and life, might be nothing more than a simulation running in a Type 5 civilization's mind. Not a computer made of silicon and circuits, but one made of pure mathematics, processing reality itself. Every time you make a choice, every quantum event that collapses into a specific outcome could be their universe computer calculating the next frame of existence. Our lives, our loves, our struggles, all of it might be the dreams of beings so advanced they've forgotten they re-dreaming. And if that's true, then perhaps evolution isn't just biological. Perhaps consciousness itself evolves across cosmic scales, starting as simple awareness in creatures like us, growing through technological civilizations, and eventually transcending into something that would make our gods seem quaint. The strangest part? We might already be on that journey. Every time we question reality, every time we push beyond the boundaries of what we thought was possible, we might be taking the first baby steps toward becoming Type 5 ourselves. So here we are, possibly living inside a creation so vast and complex that its makers exist beyond our ability to even imagine them. Every sunrise you'll ever see, every star that lights the night sky, every quantum dance that holds your atoms together, all of it could be the artwork of minds that have transcended everything we call real. If Type 1 is a child learning to harness fire, Type 2 is an adult mastering their environment, Type 3 is a civilization conquering nature itself, and Type 4 is consciousness becoming one with reality. Then Type 5 is something beyond all categories. They are the authors of existence, the composers of cosmic symphonies, the dreamers whose dreams become universes. And maybe, just maybe, somewhere in the infinite expanse of their consciousness, They know you're watching this video right now. Maybe they even pleased that one of their characters is trying to understand the story they're reliving in. The next time you look up at the stars, remember, you might not just be looking at distant suns. Are you gazing into the night sky or staring into the thoughts of something far beyond God's?